Okay, so I just want to do a quick couple of videos because I was doing them yesterday and they got deleted. Something happened. I don't know. One of the agencies drove by or something. I don't know. Anyways, hi Richard. Just want to let you know, Richard, that the True Creators Energy does work. We're communicating. So I know that you've been to the channel now. I know that uh, you have your girlfriend also doing most of the looking. I'll just say be careful of doing that. You should be doing more of the looking and checking things out yourself, which I'm sure she's going to pull you back in on it anyways. But I just want to say verbally to you so there's no confusion about it. Um, be careful about coming out with what I'm showing you before it's time. In other words, don't admit that you're seeing it before you're ready to admit that you're seeing it. So if you pull me in too early before you're all set up and have all your ducks in a row, then it might be not a good, it just wouldn't be a good idea for you to do it that way. Just want to mention that so that you know what you're dealing with. You'll be seeing it soon. So because it's not all about the mineral streets. You're right now thinking that it's all about the mineral streets because that's what I started the series out on. Um, but that's one of the reasons why I'm going for the moon, and I'm gonna start going heavy in on the moon for that same reason, because I don't want you to be confused with thinking it's all about just the mineral streets. It's just one part of it, and even that part, like I explained in the first couple of videos, that the mineral streets runs into lots and lots of different avenues that we can take to talk about them, what they're doing with them on a mechanical basis and all that. And then that's aside from being able to extract the true creators imagery and builders from the cloud level. It's separate, it's not the same, but it's good evidence when you look in the rocks, the stones, which maybe I'll try to do in this particular video right here, since I got some sun beating off a couple stones around here. I just wanted to let you know that I know, just so it's clear that I know that, because you're not sure about it. But yes, I'm receiving the messages. I get it. Um, and I'm just, and I can communicate with you this way anytime you want. Just know that. And, and that's all I'll say with that for now. But anyways, what we're looking at here are EMNC boxes. I have these EMNC boxes. They're shadow boxes. And I used to set them up, especially before the, you know what, came around, and everybody was isolated from each other and we couldn't go near each other. So it's old and it's been laying around in the garage. It's got paint mist all over it. It's very dirty and busted up. I don't use it anymore. But I was telling a story the other day when I was looking at the clouds, at the what you call clouds, and there's a few of them here, so I really should get on the ball and do it before they go by, and I can't do this video. Anyways, this is one of them. It's on a swivel. It's got adjustments on it. It's the EMNC box. And I used to do a camera inside this box right here. If I could get the other latch open, is another camera spot. So there's a camera spot here, and then I used to lay the camera in front. Then I put these on the front of it. It looked more fun to people. Hey, what's that? What's going on? And then they'd come and look. So it was already tightening the pixels for you, you know, that kind of thing. But it looked interesting. It was already on a stand. You didn't have to hold it. You just aim it, and it swivels around. And the story that I was telling the other day was about the girl who I was camping, and the 21-year-old and the older lady. I freaked them out and panicked them. Let me see what I'm going to put for a filter on here. I'll go with this dark filter. Maybe I'll go with a... Gotta decide fairly quick because they're coming by pretty quick. Alright, so here's just a few clouds. Now, it's mostly blue sky today. There's just a few going by. But what I was saying the other day about everything being crisp and clear for them to see. Okay, when I put it up there and I put it in, this was the one that they were using. This is one of my favorite EMNC boxes. Camera slips in there, and you're shutting the light out of your eyes, and you're also cutting back on your peripheral vision, and more or less concentrating on things. So I'm gonna go in a little bit here because I know all around here. Now the video I did the other day, I was talking about these areas that are around the outside of, let's say, this cloud here, and when you go in and you start extracting the imagery, it's image within image within image. But I was pointing out the blue sky that you can see through those areas, you know, like all these. I'll do it here as well. See the face? I'm sure you do. And then the smaller ones, here you go. See the small ones? Well, small to our eyes, at least, anyway. So when the girl looked up, the story I was talking about, all blue sky around, and then you had one large image that would stand out, just like this one here. I can make it stand out. If I change to a red filter, which probably that used to be my filter of choice, but it doesn't really matter. The other thing is the up, down, left, right, backward, forward thing, because I'm looking at all these faces right here. When I go to digitally remaster these, you're not going to be able to miss what I'm showing you. Here's a small one going on the outside right there, and then I'll open it up to the bigger one. Can't miss it. So when she looked up and she's seen like a face like this, you know, human face, mouth open, eye, nose, mouth open, right? And she sees this, and they're like, what the fuck? You know, they don't know what it is, but they're not noticing, and I didn't have time to explain or anything, all the other images that are within that image. That's what I was talking about when I was saying that uh, the image, the large image itself. Here comes another one. I'll give another example. Here comes the large one itself. There's all blue sky around it. So to our eyes, we have a hard time cropping, you know, with our eyes for some reason. Humans do, but I guarantee you'll get used to it. Now you, Richard, with the one eye thing, you don't have peripheral vision out of that left eye, of course, because it's not there. So therefore, I'm thinking that you might have a better chance of cropping images. Now, I've been proven wrong on this by other people in my life, but they're very much in denial of reality type people anyway. They would say the opposite is true. They'd say that it's me that doesn't want reality or whatever, but you know, you get what I mean. So what I was saying that day when I was talking about the girls camping that seen it and then were freaked out by it, let me come back a little bit more with this one. So when I had the camera, like I said, and I can pick out the images, and they were really good that day. Better than even today. I mean, these ones here, there's a lot missing from them. So this would be, I would be able to teach somebody who is more advanced. I would be able to show you other things, but there you go. There you see the faces, see the face. So like on a day today, I might be pointing out more, like I said, see the blue sky between everything. You know, there's a filter on there, but you see the blue sky between everything. And then you can, okay, say there's parts missing. So I see a whole feline face, for example. I'm moving the camera, so I'm making it a little bit blurry. I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna have to go in and out a couple times in order to stop it from getting blurry. And there's not much slim pickings right now. It's really slim pickings. These are the only things floating around my head right now. But I can still do it no matter what. I mean, I'm going up and down right here. I got rid of the fuzz. The blur is gone. So I'm able to I'm extracting it with my eyes, but every time I put my fingers, in front of the camera, I'm going to end up fucking myself. Let's go back over here and I'll do the same thing again. I'm going to do it on the remaster. I'll get you the faces. Because every time I stick my fingers in front of the camera, I'm going to probably get blur. It'll start blurring everything. And I can't even see my fingers. There they are. There we go. So I have glare in my camera too. I can't really see in there because I don't have it in an EMNC box. I didn't want to pick up the EMNC box because I figured I'd run out of time. And I would have, because I would have had even less than what I'm able to get now, because the rest of the sky is all empty. There'll be some rolling through, but I don't know if I can pause the camera long enough to even do that. Let me just do this. But anyways, this is what I was talking about. So that day that the girl was there, yeah, look at blue sky. Oh, here comes something rolling through. The day that yeah, I'll just do this. So the day that I was talking about when I was camping, the clouds were individual. Let's put it that way. It wasn't a very cloudy day, so I had a lot of blue sky around. So that's kind of nice. And sometimes, now if there was a little bit more to these clouds, I'd have full images that would stand out better than they do right now today. And you got to be a pro. I mean, see the eyeball looking at you over there, the camera left. And then if my phone is locked, I can do this. And we can extract the ones that are that way, upside down, backwards, all that kind of crap. And then I do have a green filter on. I'll aim right there, and I know I'm getting it. And then I also, with my eyes, see that on top. I can't see it in the camera because of the glare. No problem. All right. That's about it. So these two broke up, so I'll go in on this one. Yep, I got it. Then I go in on this one. So when you get the EMNC box set up, it's nice because there you go. Perfect. Beautiful. See, like this, just like this. You're gonna see the imagery. It's gonna be clear. That one's not too bad. That one's not too shabby. As long as you got most of a main image there for you to see. It's also good to not have it there to see, and sometimes too, because like I'm saying, if you see the blue sky in between everything, and then when I take it back to do the remaster, I'll show you. Number one, it's a great way to observe the builders, to observe the true creators builders, because you'll see the triangular shapes everywhere in the clouds. So that's one great thing. And then and also it adds contrast because you got blue sky behind and then around. It also shows you that there's no such thing as zero. There's no such thing as zero because there's no such thing as absent. Anytime you think something is absent, it's not. There's always something there. I know I'm rambling and I'm not really getting nothing done. I guess I'll just finish up this video while looking around to show you this kit. So Richard, it's just a basic filter kit. I put these filters, different color filters. Sometimes I use sunglasses and I cut them up, kind of like that one. And I cut them up and I make the filters for the camera. I only have 5 or 6 different filters. They're cheap, they're plastic, they're garbage. Anybody with money like yourself, by the way, Mineral Street Jets. So I know you want to, Richard, there's one going by right here. So this is only one Mineral Street Jet, but I know it's a Mineral Street Jet. I know what they look like. I know what they are. There he is right there. I could put the red filter on, probably get him a little better because of the contrast. I know that's what you want to jump on, but if you want me to do any conversation, you got to go look at everything first, because otherwise I just feel like I'll be wasting my time, really. So I'm going to go in heavy on the moon over the next 10, 15 parts of your series. I did throw a few other things in, too, because I wanted you to know what was on your own channels that you could go look at. So that's why I did that. And then I figured that would keep you busy for a week or two. Then go check out my Michael Oziak channel. Look around over there at some of the other people that I called out so you get to know a little bit about how I like to do things. And then and I got to get you to look around at the moon first before anything else. So there's a Mineral Street Jet right there going by. But the sky's not filled with them today. Don't get me wrong. I don't see a lot of them out there. But also the sky is that powdery white that I'm talking about, that I'm bitching about. It's that powdery white. You know, you don't never see the blue sky like we used to see when we were kids, that's for sure. Um, I'm going to try and pause this video and waiting for some other clouds to come through, rolling through. Here comes one, because I got the red filter now. Red filter adds better contrast. I guess I could go do the rocks and the trees with this video too. Um, uh, so just to prove to you a little bit more, Richard, that about the idea of what I'm talking about at the beginning of this video about communicating with me, using the true creator's energy in order to communicate. I still second guess myself all the time, and it's only been, I don't know, 2 years or something that I got the handle on the idea that I could even do that. Maybe 2-3 years or something. So I don't claim to be an expert about it. I'm just letting everyone know that we all could be experts on it. If everyone got together, I'm sure we'd figure things out a lot faster. But I've tried getting together with a lot of people that you would think, but what I'm showing them goes against what they were told, what they were in their books, in their movies, in their programming, in their education. So therefore, they're not really going to go along. So far, anyway, no one's gone and even looked. So I'm talking about the psychics and people who feel that they can travel in time, and time travelers and all these kind of things like this and stuff. So my whole thing is that it's much, much easier, and we don't need anybody's permission to use it, and it's been hidden from us for a long, long time. You know, we're always told, like the ancient monks, I'm just waiting for these clouds to roll out in front of me right here. You know, we're always told that the ancient monks could go up to the top of the mountain and do these things and stuff like. You don't have to be an ancient monk. We all have the ability to do it. I'm just going to stay in right here at this little bit of clouds because I'm still trying to prove the example a little bit further of what I was talking about. When the girls put the EMNC box up, they see a face in the sky, and it's so clear, and they get it, and all of a sudden, boom, they get it. Just like this one right here. And they see the face, and they're trying to figure out what it is. And so, yeah, so it can be freaky. Also, I'll say, too, this is also nice because right here, and just what I'm doing right here in this minute or so, is we're watching the builders work. You're watching the builders build. And one thing I point out, too, on that, I jump around a lot because there's so much to talk about. Another thing about watching the builders work, right? Look at it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So if you keep pausing and playing, you can go through every face that's being created right in front of your face. But one of the misconceptions, and a lot of people get this part wrong, I don't know, they just got it stuck in their head like, okay, so the ingredients goes floating by. However, whatever, if you want to say from nature, I say it's from a jet, whatever, but the ingredients goes floating by, and then when you show people the true creator's work and the imagery that's being created and the shape and in everything, but you know, in the case of the clouds, they'll say a lot of things actually, but that are wrong. But one of the things they'll keep bringing back. One of the big ones is that you're seeing what you want to see. And that's where we get into the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast thing, okay? Because people will say, yeah, we all see that. I see the demons in the floor. I had one guy tell me, you know, when I'm sitting on the shitter and I'm staring at the hardwood floor or whatever, or even the linoleum, you know, you'll see it. And there's a reason for that, because the builders are all around us building everything. Even things with human influence will also show the true creator's work. So so don't be surprised by that when you see that it's in things that were created by humans. As a matter of fact, I can get into the whole thing with mirrors and reflections, because you would think that things with mirrors and reflections can not hold the imagery because they don't hold any texture. So the shinier and the more reflective, then how could it possibly show the imagery of feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast? Well, the flip side to that is they do still show it because everything in the reflection shows it. So even if you're looking into the mirror The evidence of the true creator's work is in your skin. It's in your face itself. It's in the image that makes up your face itself. It's all in everywhere around you. So if in the mirror you have these trees in the mirror, or off the reflection off of a shiny car, you're still going to always get the true creator's imagery is always going to be there for us to see. That also pulls in different layers, because when you're looking at running water, you're looking at several different things. When you're looking at smoke traveling past the trees, right? If smoke was coming past, you'd see layers of imagery in the smoke, because the true. So in other words, my point about that's the point I was trying to make anyways, is that people think like the builders have to run up to the area that of that mass that got dropped off up there. You know, we don't want to call it mass, gases and carbons and that little batch of white clouds right there, right? So when you show them the imagery, they want to think in their mind that, yeah, okay, I get you on your builders, triangular builders, your fucking nut job. But now, so you're saying that they see this and run over there and build it. And no, that's not the way it works. And you should be able to see it and understand it. So everywhere from my hand is building me, right? Standing here holding the camera. The builders are all around me building me. Not just from the outside in, not just from the inside out, but in all directions. They don't build according to up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in and out. That's only us. The false creator / creator, that's when you're going to get into his business. When you're talking up, down, left, right, backward, forward. Okay, so from my hand all the way to that set of trees, we know we can go in on my skin and I can extract the imagery and show you the true creator's work. Okay, then from here all the way to where you think there's nothing, of course, now that we're learning that there is no such thing as nothing, there's no such thing as zero, but anyways, in the air leading all the way up to that batch of trees over there. Now I go up to that batch of trees, I start extracting DMNC, digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon, from the area we call the trees over there. Okay, see all the faces? You see them all? I do. I'm sure you do. I'm sure everybody's seeing it. See them all? I'll tell you some cropping techniques and what I do with cropping as well. When it gets blurry like that, I got to come back out again. Yeah. So anyway, so from here to the trees, right? We know the builders are. Why? Because I can see the builders work. I can see image within image within image from the veil to the ground. I can see right over in that patch of trees right there, face within face within face within face. That's the true creator's work. What do I see? Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Who's building it? What's building it? Triangular shapes by the fucking bazillions. You see all the faces that I'm circling, right? You see them all? Yeah, millions of them right there. It's just some trees, just some fucking trees, right? Okay, so now we go past the trees. Let's see if there's any around. Yeah, right over here. So now I'm gonna go past the trees this time, and I'm gonna go right up to this cloud right here, and we can do the same fucking thing. So watch. That used to be my old catchphrase when I first started. Watch, because David Blaine or somebody was doing it. Okay, so I got total glare in my camera, but I'm pretty confident. I'll try to take the blur out. Let's see. Try to take the blur out of everything. There we go. I'll even come back a little for those. Okay, so I'll remaster this, and when I do, I'll pull the imagery out of my hand, pull the imagery out of those trees, and I'll pull the imagery out of the clouds. Digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from those three areas. Now, that makes you to, hopefully makes you to understand what I'm talking about when I say the builders are all around us. They're all around us. And the other day, I wasn't talking shit when I said, you know, when the movies or any of the biblical characters or any of the biblical books or old ghost stories and all that shit, people don't want to hear that that was all nonsense. They believe that when they walked past an area of cold energy, that it was their dead relative or a ghost or a spirit of some kind. They want to believe that. So by going and looking at the true creator and the true creator's work, we can see it does not work that way. When this bioshell falls and hits the ground, I'll look over here with the camera so that we have something to look at. I'll extract some imagery from these trees as well. I'll remaster it while I'm doing this. Okay, just try to stay on subject. I don't even know. I don't even know where to go with it all because I don't want to go too fast, explain too much, get into too much at the beginning. I mean, I'll hold these videos because I got to stay on the moon too. I got to stay on the moon. I think maybe you'll get more out of looking around at the moon. And I thought of some new ways of showing people how to look at the moon so that you're able to see everything more clearly faster instead of being as chaotic as I always am and jumping from one topic to another by the second. As long as it don't fuck up my process, I'm okay with doing it that way. I'm looking around for a stone, some sunlight beating off, and I don't see anything, but I got this one over here. The lawn. We can extract the imagery from the lawn area right here. I can see it all. I can circle them. See all the faces, human faces. I can. Here's a nice one for you. Eye, nose, mouth open. Anyways, might as well do this rock while we're here too. Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's so easy now. So I'm letting some light come in from over there because the sun is over there. All about the lights and shadows, all about angles and distances of perspective. I have a lot of glare in my camera and I can still make it all out. I can still see it all really well. I'm cropping, I'm doing the cropping for you. And you know, these are somewhat large images in the stone. Come over here so I can see a little better. Here we go. Beautiful. Wow. Nice. I got my camera on a tripod, so I can't really flip it around the way that I could if I had an EMNC box on it, but that's okay. I'll get all this, no problem. Really nice. Just a stone. It's going to be the same everywhere we go. It's going to be this way. So I don't even remember what I was rambling on about. Something about people misinterpreting everything, going back to, wow, it's really nice. And that's it for clouds. So yeah, no mineral streets really today. I just seen that one fly by, and it was a mineral street jet. You know, when you get to know them, you just know them. You don't have to second guess it. You don't have to say, oh, well, because it's only one, maybe it was just a regular jet. No, it's a mineral street jet. They get them all the time that'll go by solo. You know, one that I would love to see that I never get to see. I only hear it, and it sounds like a huge fucking bomber. And it gets ignored. As usual, everybody ignores it. But I call them eraser jets because when they come through, they're using the sine waves, the sound resonance from that noise that jet makes that loud grumbling thunder noise, and the clouds clear out. So sometimes you'll hear one or two. You might hear one real far away or something like that. You'll hear it grumbling, but you get to know the sound of these fucking things, and you get to know them. So we got these here. They're real small today, but still, let's just mess around since I got the camera going anyway. Yeah, it's good. That's good, even though they're small. I can see the detail. Oh, that's what I was talking about before. It was the builders. So watching the clouds, because they're in movement, it's not like the trees where the clouds are in movement. You're watching the builders build everything. So it's really nice, when you're able to do that, because you can keep pausing and playing. And then you're also keeping in mind, as I was saying, maybe I did finish my sentence, but you're keeping in mind the space between your eyes and that cloud right there as it's being built, and keep that in mind, and don't think that there's nothing there. They're all around us. Those same builders that are building that cloud are right here building me. Oh, that's what I was getting to, was the ghost stories. So yeah, they told us all the ghost stories of I'm trying to stay on this thing at the same time. They tell us all the ghost shit, and it doesn't work that way. Once you go and look at the true creator, you'll see. So the other day I was telling the story about using the true creator's energy for communication, and you can hear people praying and all that kind of stuff. And that's true. You really can. But they're not praying. The God that they're praying to only exists in our imagination as human beings. So therefore, and I'm not claiming to not worship the true creator and the false creator slash creator, but we should all just get to know who they are and what they're about and what their builds were all about and all this, instead of just keep falling into other bullshit stories that things that cannot be proven and cannot be seen, based on faith and what we're told and what we read in our books and what our parents tell us to believe. Because the whole ghost bullshit was bullshit. Look, that's what I was saying. When the bio shell hits the ground, then we just go back to being one of the builders. The only thing that fucked us up about coming back, when we come back as humans, to come back as the same human, would be because there's a whole chain of events with that as well. When I was telling you guys the other day and showing you on the model about the stationary stars, well, the stationary stars have their lineup with the moon, and as the moon goes around in a clockwise rotation around us, it's locking in everywhere as energies are then assigned to the bio realm. That's the way that it seems to be working. So when you're watching all this shit happen, you're gonna understand it much better than the way I can explain it. I only explain things the best that I can, so that people try to understand what it is I'm talking about. But anyways, I noticed all this stuff over a long period of time. So really, a lot of the information is in my beginning videos that I did, because like when I started noticing that the builders did not care about anything. In other words, I was not being struck down with lightning for exposing the builders, and I wasn't being struck down by lightning for exposing the or anything else other than human assholes that are humans. I wasn't getting harassed by the true creator or the false creator. They were not the ones that were giving me any shit about it. So that's became a reality for me. And I was like, oh, they really don't fucking care. So that's not them that's causing all the havoc and all the division among humans. That's all human programs. Those are not anything to do with the false creator or the slash creator or anything, or the true creator for that matter. So when you go to see these things and you understand them, then you don't have to ask anybody anymore. Like I was saying before, all will be told. If you go look at the system, then all will be explained. Um, so that's one of the ways that you know that the ghost stories are all bullshit. It's not ghosts that communicate using the true creator's energy. It's all of us. It's the living biospecies that has a right to go talk in the system with each other and use it as a communication purposes. Just like Richard just is finding out right now in this video, if it's still rolling, let's see, 34 minutes. So just like Richard's learning right now in this video that was true, because I'm right now telling him something verbal in the bio realm that about information that I had already received just in the last couple of days, and I'll receive more, because again, in the true creator's energy, time is all one. So that's something else that you have to keep in mind, and I'm still getting used to it myself. Acting and reacting to those new rules that time is all one. So in other words, everything that Richard has already sent me, all of it may not have received. I may not have received all of it yet. More may be to come, just from that one conversation that we had using the true creator's energy as a way of communication. And he doesn't even believe it himself yet. He's going to get this, he's going to watch this video sometime in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to say, what the fuck is this all about? You know, this can't be, right? This is what's going to happen. And you're going to deny it and everything. Don't deny it. It is the way that it works. So the more confident you feel about it, then the more you can use it. And I'll be keeping a lookout, an ear out, to be able to do this with you. But what I was saying at the beginning of the video is very important, really, Richard, as far as don't get yourself too deep in what it is I'm showing you until you go look at it all. Don't base everything just on the mineral streets alone, because it's not a big enough of it to. It's not enough of it. You got to go see the true creator's work and everything first, in the moon, in the clouds, in the rocks and stones first, I guess, to start out. And then once you guys are able to do that, then you'll be ready to talk more openly about it, because you'll have evidence too. You'll have the evidence, because once you're able to do what I'm doing with the camera, and you're able to go like this and say, you see it? You see it, right? I see it. You don't see it yet? Go ahead, I'll let you call it. I'll let you call it out. Pause your video. Take your camera out of your pocket. Stop using it to watch movies. And use it right now as a viewing device, your camera, phone. Use it as a viewing device to pause this video right now and look around at this, what you call cloud. And use it right there. There you go. Bang, bang, bada, boom. Let's see, I'll get this other one in there too for you. Image within image within image, from the veil to the ground. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, beast. Let me show you, there's no such thing as up, down, left, right, backward, forward. See it? No such thing. I should probably go over and try to bust a rock in half too and show you that too. It doesn't really matter. It can be anywhere. You can collect the imagery, the EMNC, from anywhere, anything. Stay away from things with human influence, but everything else is game. Okay. Should I put this down so I can stop moving around? See them all face within face within face. Okay? Doesn't matter where we go. I can show it to you everywhere. It's not a gimmick, it's not a game, it's not a fucking bullshit story that you're used to. It's the reality of it all. And right here, exactly what we're looking at here is what I'm talking about, and how I started this video off 35 minutes ago, 40 something minutes ago, whatever I'm at, talking about just this. This is a perfect example. So when the girl put the EMNC box up to her eyes and she looked up in the sky and she saw something around, something like this, there's nothing else around, so therefore everything's cropped for you in this one larger image, that is. So I'll come back a little bit so you see it again. There you go. There you go, right? So when you see something like this floating up in the fucking sky, yes, you're going to shit your pants a little bit. It goes against everything you ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed. So for the first time ever in our lives, we're being showed something based on reality, and we're not used to hearing that. Our egos really get hurt when we hear that. So, but we're out of time for being nice and playing games about it all. Everyone's got to wake the fuck up. So yeah, we're watching the builders work. We're watching the builders build right now as we speak on this little area of cloud. So I gave that girl the whole spiel. Well, little bits and pieces of the spiel that I had at that time. I hope the camera's not unlocked. Because if it's on swivel, this won't come out nearly as good. Not until I remaster it. But if it's... Look at that. Fucking beautiful, man. Beautiful. So yeah, when she was looking, she was seeing a really nice full image of a human face. What I'm looking at now is all of these. There's many of them, image within image within image. I'm looking at a whole bunch of them myself, but as far as giving you the idea of what I was talking about all of a sudden you meet some guy on the top of a mountain and he tells you go ahead and look. You stick your face in the box to look and you see something that you've never seen before. It goes against everything you've ever been told. Of course you don't want to believe it. I can't see in the camera, so I don't know what I got for time. I'll walk over here to some shade here. Let's see what I got left. So that's it. Anyways, 40-something minutes. Alright, so let's just do this. You're another chemtrail jet, right? That's what you call them on the CIA side of things. CIA calls them chemtrail jets. I don't know. I don't use that word anymore. Mineral Streets, Mineralstreats. Spell it like it don't sound it like it don't spell, make it all upside down and backwards just like they do. But certainly do not use their terminology. If you use their terminology, I'll know that you're dirty. Alright, I'll be back.